Oracle Arena.
Tim Reynolds, first question on the right side.
Katie, Tim Reynolds with the Associated Press. That was obviously, what you guys just went through was obviously a finals caliber matchup between you and Houston. What's the process been like of resetting from the emotions that have to go into just not just winning a Game 7 on the road, but a comeback like that, and now getting ready for yet another series? What's that been like the last 48 hours?
It's been, exciting that we got that opportunity to go through that. And also get out of it and be in the finals again. But we're not satisfied. Definitely want to keep. Glad we're playing still, but we want to finish. We want to finish the job. So we want to stay locked in and figure out just the best way to execute and win starting tomorrow. So it's kind of. Once you get that, put the hat on, and then you move on and get on the flight knowing you're not going back to Houston or playing them again. After that first day, it sets in that you're in the finals. So we're excited.
Kevin, Ann Killian with the San Francisco Chronicle. After Game 7, Steph said there was a moment in the second quarter where he felt like things could have splintered with the team. There was a turnover, Harden had a dunk, he had a timeout, and he felt like there could have been some serious finger pointing. We've seen that before with other teams. What was that moment like? Did you feel that, and what got you guys through that?
We just talked it out, and we didn't take it personal when guys had stuff to say. We moved past it pretty quickly and knew that what we had to do to get back into the game. Usually when stuff like that happens and you're in a tough situation and you're trying to figure your way out of it, you can go the other way and just put the blame on someone else, and then that just divides your team right there. So we came out that huddle as one. We might have walked into it separately, but we came out as one. And I think that was a huge moment for us as a group going forward, not just that night, but as a group going forward, so we can look back on and realize that we can pretty much get through anything if we talk it out and communicate and realize that, the goal is just to win. So that's what happened in that game.
Kevin Al Sarasovic, SF Chronicle. Is it good for the NBA to have the same two teams in the finals every year?
Yeah, I think it's great. I think it's great. You want me to elaborate?
That would be great if you could, especially if you're one of the two teams, right?
Yeah. But you just get a great set of players on the court. I mean, it may not be as suspenseful as a lot of people may want it to be, or as drama-filled, but that's what you got movies and music for. I think this is a great display of basketball on the court from both sides, and if you're a real lover of the game, you can enjoy how both teams play it, even though it may be different. It's still organic and true to the game and pure to the game. So if you enjoy basketball, I don't feel like you should have any complaints because it's a great set of players on both teams.
Greg, back right.
Greg Logan from Newsday. In that vein, do you think about the chance for the Warriors to make history, with 3 in 4 years possibly, as a way to be motivation against a team that most people feel is overmatched against you guys? And secondly, how does Cleveland change without Kyrie Irving here to help LeBron?
What was your first question again?
Will history help you overcome any sense of this being an anticlimactic series after most people thought the Western Finals are the real championship series?
I mean, I just know you got to play once the ball's tipped up, and you got to execute, and you got to go with your X's and O's, and you got to run your plays right, and you got to work out before practice to make sure you feel good in the games as individual players. That's the stuff I know about. The other stuff, I mean, it's kind of hard for me to talk about. But I know everything that involves basketball, what goes into the game. I know that that's important, that you have to do it every day if you want to win. And if you don't want to get to this point, then you can half-ass through the year and not care as much. But I think every player that's in his finals right now, they care about basketball, and that's the most important part, I think. And second question, I'm sorry.
How different is this team without Kyrie and having rebooted in the middle of the season?
Yeah, definitely a different identity, different team from well, not identity, but just a different personnel from last year. I just think they still play a grind-out, physical basketball game. Obviously, it's centered around LeBron's talents and what he can do out there. But I think they got a lot of good complementary pieces around LeBron's game, but also guys that can go off, and like Clarkson and George Hill, that can kind of go off and do their own thing as well. Jeff Green. So they got a well-rounded team with a lot of athletic young guys, and it's different, obviously, without Kai in the mix as a all-world elite specimen that he is. But it does present a different challenge for us that we got to be focused in on.
Dave, on this side.
Kevin, David Quenneman, ESPN. Last finals, we talked a lot to you about how you used to work out with LeBron back in the day, and played him in the finals when you were with the Thunder. But now, what does his presence in the league mean to you in terms of just checking the box score or seeing what he's doing at this stage? And then also, do you think, looking back at that shot you hit in Game 3 with him closing out on you last year, your career is kind of like pre-Game 3 and post-Game 3? Was that?
No.
How about the first question?
No. First question, yeah, definitely. You check the scores for all the best players in the league, and you want to see what they're doing and how they're contributing. And, it's an inspiration to see different guys in the league, whether it's guys coming up and, showing who they are for the first time, or guys that's been in the league for so long who continue to bring that consistency every year. Bron's one of those guys that in order for you to be great like that, you got to do it day after day after day. And a lot of people don't have that mental capacity to even think about being that great every day. You know what I'm saying? So that's inspiration right there, and that's just a, motivation to be the best that you can be as well. So, yeah, obviously you look at the best players all throughout the whole season, especially in the playoffs. And I had a pretty solid career before I hit that shot. I felt as though
No, it was good.
Last question here on the left side before Draymond.
Melissa Rowland, Barrier News Group. Obviously, Kevin, Game 7 was kind of a tale of two halves for you. Was learning to have a short memory something that you picked up recently? Was that something you had to learn over the course of your career? How did you learn to develop that skill, and what sort of goes into that for you personally?
Well, this is my 11th year in the NBA. I know a lot of people that probably didn't watch me play before I got to the Warriors, but I was in the league before I got here. And I learned a lot along that time. I actually won an MVP award. I went to the Olympics. Scored a couple points. So I gained some experience over that time, if you don't know. And I learned a lot about myself as a player over that time and what works for me. And I think having a short memory is good, obviously, but also reflecting back and seeing what you can pull from situations as well to make you better in the future. And it's a balance that you have to have where you don't want to always look in the past or the present. The past or the future and stay in the present, but you want to kind of, see what you can take from your past to make your future better, if that makes sense. So I just try to have a balance of the two, and always be a student and learn about the game every single day and take it from there.
Thank you, Kevin.